Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the HGP Nightly News. I'm Sean Embrock. We begin with football for you. The Stag Nations Cup 5 Association Knockout Football Championship last action saw Western Tigers FC and Santos FC qualify for the quarterfinals. Western Tigers handed out an 8-0 drubbing to Flamingo FC. A double from Randolph Wagner in the 55th and 67th minute helped the Chargers. Andre Webster, Dwayne McLennan, Ransford Goldrich, and Shamar Wilson were the other scorers. Santos got the better of our Stelling Raiders by a 4-0 margin. Santos took care of our Stelling Raiders 4-0 and had sealed the deal by the end of the first 45 minutes, by which time they built up a 3-0 advantage with a brace from Keith Keynes in the 7th and 32nd minute, while Oren Yard had netted his first of his two in the 14th minute. The two clubs booked their respective places in the quarterfinals on Christmas and Boxing Day at the Tugville and Buxton grounds. The final day of the round of 16 action is set for Friday at the Diamond Ground when Ansgrove takes on the Namstel from 18 hours and Grove High-Tech Matskills with New Amsterdam United. Still with football, Georgetown Football Club and Eidflot led their respective groups in the Fruta Conquerors Football Academy tournament. More from Calvin Chapman.
Leads Group B with 11 points, while GFC took the ascendancy in Group A with 10 points after thumping bottom of the group Tavil's Academy 12-0. Led by Ralph Paris, who netted 5 goals, the city side left their imprint on the league by inflicting the largest margin of victory to date. Paris netted in the 10th, 28th, 34th, 48th, and 62nd minute, while Curtis Kelman netted twice in the 18th and 46th minutes. Dwayne Ruggiero, Daniel Ross, Marvin Carter, Joel Humphrey, and Shamar Joseph scored solo goals in the 15th, 21st, 25th, 58th, and 60th minutes each. The lone goal scorer for the losing side was Jamal Waddell, who netted his side's consolation goal in the 46th minute. In another high-scoring game, Boxing United crushed East Veld 8-0, with Kurt Adams netting a hat-trick in 11th, 38th, and 56 minutes, while Cleveland Barnwell 8th and 19th minute and Paul Kingston 61st and 69th minute netted twice. Dylan Wright scored the final goal in the 79th minute. The tournament continues Wednesday at the host venue Tugville Ground, where Boxing United plays Santos FC from 1900 hours.
Thank you, Calvin. Now for an update on the Golden Jaguars National Under-15 squad. Playing their first match in the Claude LC Under-15 tournament against Martinique, the Jaguars lost to Martinique 5-0. The young Jaguars have currently played their second match against Guadeloupe this evening. Results of that match from French Guiana in a subsequent newscast. 9 West Indian T20 stars that have enriched the Indian Premier League IPL have been retained for the next season, organizers announced. Calvin.
Superstars Chris Gayle and Dwayne Bravo, as well as current West Indies T20 captain Carlos Brathwaite, headline the list. They are included among 44 overseas players in the 140 in total, kept when the window for 8 franchises to retain players for the coming season closed on December 15. Current West Indies Test and One-Day International captain Jason Holder and the fellow fast bowler Jerome Taylor are the only 2 West Indians who are part of the IPL last season that were cut, being dropped by Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai Indians respectively. Gale and leg spin bowler Samuel Badji were retained by the Royal Challengers Bangalore, who lost the final this year against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Bravo and his namesake Dwayne Smith have been kept by Gujarat Lions, which retained 16 players. Brathwaite regained his place with the Daredevils as one of the 5 overseas players retained among the 18. Though they may have parted company with Holder, the Knight Riders have held on to spinner Sunil Narine and all-rounder Andre Russell as 2 of the 4 overseas players retained as part of a group of 14. Mumbai Indians have kept big-hitting Kyron Pollard and compatriot Lendl Simmons among 6 overseas players that will help to form the 20, which the franchise retained at a hefty price tag of $9 million, the highest of the franchises. RCB and the Mumbai Indians have retained 20, the highest number of players, and the Kolkata Knight Riders have retained the least number, 14.
And thank you, Calvin. And that concludes our sportscast for today, Tuesday, December 20th. Do join us here again tomorrow, Wednesday, for another edition of the HGP Sportscast. I'm Sean Embrock saying, be good sport.